Hello again, Larry Satchwell here. I'm not a lawnmower mechanic, but I play one on YouTube. Seriously, this is just a DIY project. The belt broke. If you own a mower, sooner or later, the belt's going to break. So I'm going to take you to the steps to replace a belt on a 42-inch mower. Mine happens to be a John Deere X300, but they're basically all the same. Lower the deck as low as it'll go. If you get that right there and pull it out and then up, and push that pin out. One option is to pull these pins and drop this bracket. I have done that before, found it about just as easy to manipulate the deck in such a way that it just disengages. I just use a little duct tape to hang it off. So these brackets are still down in there, so I've got to remove those. I found that if I just step on my deck thing, so that lowers the deck, it takes those up and out of the way. So those are no longer an issue. To put this on, you're going to need a couple of wrenches, a 15 millimeter and a 13 millimeter. We'll take off this cover. You've got two bolts to move here. One of them you just loosen, but the other one you'll have to take out completely. So this bar is movable. There's these two little keeper bars on either side, and you've got to be able to maneuver the belt between them. This is a John Deere M154621 original belt. The first place it's got to go is around this pulley right here. Now you say, how are you going to get it around that pulley? Well, this is a 3/8 inch socket. And by putting a little leverage on there, it'll open that up and you can put that right in. The diagram's on here. From there it's going to go in here, and that's why you had to loosen this keeper. Over here, it's going to go in here. It's a great time to put that keeper back on. That's the number 13. When you're putting this one back on, there's a little notch under here that keeper goes in. A little space, a notch in the deck for this keeper to go into. That pulley moves and that pulley moves. That part of the belt goes on the powertrain takeoff. Time to put this cover back on. While this deck is off, there's one more thing I want to do, and that's grease the bearings. So I've got it moved to the other side. I've got my tarp under it. I moved it to the other side because it has this handle on this side, nothing on that side. What I'm going to do is try to shove this under here as far as I can, and then with this tarp I can reach under and pull the whole unit over. It's time to take the tape off of this. I could have taken these pins out, and I in fact need to. I can grab a hold of the tarp and keep maneuvering it until it falls into place. Now it's time to replace those pins. So I get this hole lined up with that hole. And I don't know how to hold the camera and do that at the same time. That was actually quite easy to do since I wasn't holding the camera. So much easier to do. So do you remember that little 3/8 inch square box I showed you? That's where this comes into play. I'm putting a scrap piece of PVC pipe on my wrench. That gives me a lot of leverage And in fact, it's long enough I can put it behind my waist, because this is a bit of a stretch. Most of the videos I've seen don't show you how to get this belt on. And with that, the belt goes on very easily. That's the power takeoff right there. So the belt's on, pins are in, so I can lift the deck and lock it. Check it out. Thankfully, I didn't hear any big crashes. There you have it. I hope that helps you. It's not that hard to do, but it is a pain.